morning. Grandma Nancy here from the Grand Rapids Area Library. Today, while we're taping this, happens to be a snow day. So I'm assuming kids are at home today with the snow. All the kids in the area, it seems like most school districts are calling school off today. So today what we're going to do is some paper cutting, paper folding, and adding some details, and we're gonna make these fun fish that actually move. They're moving fish. So they're very fun to make. You should pick up your kit from the Grand Rapids Area Library, and I have mine here. See what's in there. It's exciting. Oh yes. All right. So we have paper, nice colors. I love this yellow and this orange. So bright, beautiful red. And then we also have, let's see what else is in here. A glue stick and some scissors. These are really great. I hope you'll hang on to these scissors when we're done with this project and keep them with your other art supplies at home, because scissors are really great to have. Paper cutting is a fun thing to do, paper folding. And they also have, I thought this was so interesting, they have a little measurement tool here. Right here, it's like a little ruler that you can measure. I like that. So there are your scissors and all your supplies. If you want to open up your package and get all your paper out, we'll be ready to go to see what we're going to do today. All right, welcome back. So it doesn't matter which color paper you want to use to start. I'm going to take this yellow and start mine, and you may have different colors. They're just really fun fish, so it doesn't matter what color they are. They're all great. This paper is a rectangle. 2 long sides, 2 short sides. We actually need a square. So I'm going to show you how you take a rectangle and make a perfect square. A perfect square has all 4 sides equal in length. This is a nice trick to have because there's many projects you do that you need a square piece of paper. And you don't have to measure at all. All you do is take this corner and you're going to fold it. You're going to place it right along this opposite side. So I folded it over right along the opposite side. And then I do a nice crease. I run my fingernail across it because I want it to be a nice crease. So it'll look like this right now. And then this part that's hanging off, we actually cut that. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut. And there I have it. This way, it's a triangle, isn't it? Okay, so I cut this part off. I'm gonna put that to the side because I'm gonna use this yellow again. Now I'm gonna open it up. You wanna save any scraps you have like this today because they're fun to use. Okay, so I'm gonna put my square like this. There's my line. Then I'm gonna take this side and I'm going to fold it right until it matches that other crease I have there in the middle. Do you remember that crease we made? I'm gonna fold this in right to the middle. Fold it in right to the middle. This side, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll turn my paper. You can turn your paper and work flat, however works the best for you. I'm gonna match this side also up to that middle crease. And then I will crease that again and crease this again. Now I have a shape that looks like a kite, right? Looks like a kite. Okay, I'm gonna open everything up. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sections in there. That middle section, I'm gonna fold in again. So I'm gonna fold it in half again, like this. And these two are loose. Does that make sense? Okay, now I'm ready to cut my back fins or back scales, whatever you want to call them. So my fish will bend. You want him to bend. It's almost like a puppet in a way. You can move him around. He can be a flying fish, a swimming fish, but we do want him to have a bend. And we're gonna do that. I'm gonna call them scales for now. We're gonna do that by making cuts with our scissor, and I'm gonna go all the way to the line and stop. All the way to the line and stop, okay? If you don't go all the way to the line, then he doesn't bend as well. Then I'm gonna probably go, I don't know, about 3/4 of an inch, maybe this distance. This does not have to be perfect. You can go however you feel comfortable with your cuts. And again, you're gonna go right to that line, stop. Pull your scissors out, and I'm doing it gently and slowly because I don't want to accidentally get off. So now I have a couple cuts, right? I'll make this one a little wider to show you it doesn't really matter. And I stop right at that line. I like how this is going. And I'm gonna go again. And I stop right at the line. Go again. And I stop right at that line. Go again and stop right at that line. Go again and stop right at that line. Making this one a little wider. I do want you to leave, you notice the whole fish, I left a head. I do want you to leave a little bit of a head. So I'm gonna start thinking about leaving my head soon. I think I'll make one more though. I like how these make my fish move right to the line. All right, so now you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cuts. You don't have to count, I was just curious. Okay, now you could leave this out if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. You'll just have a sharp-nosed fish. I'm gonna cut a little face for him, a little rounded, okay? And again, even this I'm gonna save. Even when I just cut off, I'm going to save. And I'm gonna put it aside. Okay, now my fish is ready to be put together. So I'm gonna lay it flat like this so you can see the pieces I'm talking about now. My inside 2 sections have the slits in them. They went right through. I'll take my glue and I'm gonna be folding this over like that. So as I think about that, this is the section I want to put my glue on. I'll just go around the edges. You don't have to do a ton of glue. Sometimes it gets glumpy if we do too much. And now I'm going to fold it shut. And I'm gonna put my hand in there. It's really kind of cool. It's like, oh, my hand's in the fish. Ah! Just so I can rub that down. Okay, so I have my basic fish done, right? And I'm just gonna make sure he will move. Oh, he's gonna move nicely. It's like if you've ever seen a fish jump out of the water, they curve their back like that. It looks really cool. And when you catch fish, they also curve their back as they're kind of fighting to get off the hook. So we have some flying fish. Super fun. Now I want to add some details. So we look at this one, and I've added a mouth, I've added eyes, I've added some fins here on the side, and a fin in the back. I'm gonna I'll start with the eyes. And I'm just going to fold my paper in half, or not in half, but I'll just fold, so I'm using a very little bit of the paper. I always try to use edges and sides so I can get the most out of my extra paper as possible, because I use extra scraps for different things. I'm gonna cut circles. Now I'm not drawing the circles, so will they be perfect? No, of course not. They will not be perfect, because I'm just using my eyes to kind of decide where to go. So I'm not making a perfect circle, but that's fine. They're both the same. They're both the same because I folded my paper, right? Okay, so here are my two white eyes. Now I'm gonna make a black center. I'll make a black center, and I'm gonna do the same thing. And actually, this is what I want you to see. See, I didn't use very much of the paper, but if you were to make your circles in the middle here, you wouldn't have as much paper left to use for other things. Okay, I folded it. Now I'm gonna make two smaller circles. Two smaller circles will be the inside of the fish's eye. And again, I didn't use much paper, did I? So I'll take my two white circles, my two black circles, and I'm just gonna put them together. There's one eye, there's a second eye. Certainly not perfect circles, and that's fine. Put some glue on the back. Then I'll take my hand to support it, and I'll put one eye, and I'll just press gently. It'll dry and stay. Then I'm gonna take my other eye, put some glue on it, see if I can kind of match up where it'll go, and push gently. Okay. Oh, look at that. Can almost eat its tail. Okay, so now I want to do the back fin, and I want to do the side fins, and I want to do the mouth. I think I'm going to start with the mouth, and I'm going to use a couple different colors. I think I'll use some black. You can use you have plenty of colors of paper here. You can use whatever colors you want. The two large sheets I would save to make the fish body, but if you remember, we make a square, right? So you will have this much extra when you add a mouth. So you can, decide if you want to use that now, then you would cut your squares now. This, I'm just kind of guessing how it's gonna fit in the mouth. I didn't really measure, but I think that's gonna be a nice fit. And actually it turned out to be a nice fit. It could have been a little bigger, but it's a nice fit. And then I wanna make another part that can go on top of that. So I'll cut around, same thing. I want it to be smaller though, and that's, you know, we'll show the inside of its mouth. I don't know, do fish have tongues? I don't really know that answer. They probably have something like a tongue. And then I'm gonna glue that. I rub it gently because it helps it stick. And then I want this to stick inside of my fish's mouth. So I'll put it in and I'll rub very, very gently again. Sometimes it sticks to the table, but you can just pull it up. Oh, look at, you can see right inside its mouth. Okay, so now there are different ways to do the fins, but I looked at this when I cut it, and I was thinking, wow, look at that. That will make a great back fin. So I'm gonna put glue on it, and then I'm gonna just kind of pinch this. I can't get my hand all the way inside there, but if I pinch it down gently, it'll stick. There is the back fin. It'll stick if I don't pick it up right away. Pinch that down a little bit. Okay. The other kind of fun way to do this would be take your scrap and you can actually just fold it in a little bit. And maybe you've made hearts before. I don't know if you've made hearts, but I'll show you how to do it. So I just folded part of it in. I didn't quite fold it in half. And then I hold the paper right along my fold. That's my fold line. If you're not on the fold line, you'll get two halves, which could turn out to be okay. I'm gonna start right in the corner, and I'm just going to angle up. And then when I get up here, I'm gonna slowly turn it, turn it, turn it. And I actually have a heart. That's what I used on this one. This tail fin is just a heart. Isn't that interesting? It worked really well. This one also is a heart. On this one, I decided to do something different. So now I have a line right in the middle, right? And I'm gonna cut. Now I have two matching pieces that will be my side pieces, my side fins. So let's see. I am going to, I want to show you how they're going to work first. I'm going to put one right here. See, look at that. Isn't that amazing? So all I need is a nice line from the glue stick, and then I'm going to rub it down a little bit. Then I'll move over here, and this one will go here. Whoops, I did it on the wrong side. So I'm just gonna take that off a little bit. And then I'm going to, now did I do it on the right side? Yes. And I'm just gonna rub it down. So here I have my fun flying fish. You can do more creative things too. I'll give you some ideas of what you could do. You could make a little fly sitting on his tongue if you wanted. You could make a long skinny worm coming out of his mouth. You could make a little fish that he's eaten. the key is to start with a square piece of paper. And I showed you how to make your paper into a square. You could take another smaller piece of paper and make a small square and make a little fish. You could take a bigger piece of paper, make a bigger fish. I hope you'll have fun with our fish. I love playing with them. They're a good playing thing too. And if you lose a fin while you're playing, just add another one. You can make a whole school of fish. So you have enough paper to make 3 fish, and you might have more paper at home to make more. I hope you have a really good time. All right, we'll see you next time. Happy fishing.